Right, back to my Newman motor. This is the 4-pot one, so it's 4 Newman motors with the wind turbine type generator, which is actually a 3-phase generator, which just goes into a bridge rectifier down the back there, and then goes to the capacitor and comes to the output. So that's not actually connected. This is not actually connected in any way to the running side other than the crankshaft, which obviously spins. It needs that. That's the actual electronics that runs each motor. We're running all effects, so there's no mechanical touching. Fortunately, I've got a bearing going down, so one started squeaking, so I'm getting a little bit of drag. Its firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. It only fires on south pole, so that's your first one, south. If you look at the next one's north, so that won't fire next. Then it's 3, fire, south, fire, and then as you can see when we come back, the south's back up to fire again, and then back round again. And that all corresponds with these Hall effects down here. You see the little magnet on the end. That's how it fires. This is the output. Sorry, the input from the power supply to drive the motors. Has got no connections whatsoever, as I've just said, to the output generator. I'm not collecting the back EMF. I'm just wasting it on this particular one. I have tried making it run all sorts, run other motors. That's what all the switches are for. Switch them down. That will then run off the back EMF of pot 2. That will run off the back EMF of pot 4. That will run off the back EMF of pot 1. I've tried all those combinations. None of them work very long at all. Tried all sorts of combinations. So let's have a quick fire up. Start with the primary. Take the load off. As you can see, she'll auto start. Now that's just running on 1, as you can see, flicking away. That's barrel number 1, if you want to call it a barrel. Then we'll switch pot 2 on. 2. Pot 3. Pot 4. Now I had calculated that to come out at about 3 amps with all the 4 motors running, and it's actually gone over to about 3.5 amps. So that's running at about 12 volts now. It will run anywhere from 5 volts right up to 24. Different speeds, of course, different loads. Right, well that's the collected power. It's now dropping down a little bit, as you can see. Just drop it off for you. So now we'll run up and let you have a look at. Now this, let me say, the output from this is only from that. No back EMF, not connected to the power supplies anyway. It's just a direct circuit. We've got a load on. We're going up to 25 amp scale. It's actually about 33 volts, not amps, 33 volts. That's the voltmeter. We're doing about 33 volts. We're only doing about 300, 200 milliamps, 100, about 150 milliamps, something like that. So strange things have happened during the build. I don't know what's caused it. Obviously I've got some calculations wrong somewhere along the lines. It was supposed to only do about 24 volts, absolutely flat out, and it's doing well over that. So I've obviously got my windings wrong here, but that's how it goes. The other problem is we've tried, as I said, we've tried making the output from this directly into that. In other words, let it run up, swap the power over, it'll run for a few seconds and then down it goes, which is obviously what one would expect. It's not putting out enough. The generator is more than capable of putting it out, it's just that the motors aren't capable of sustaining the speed once you drop that kind of a load on it. So, and we haven't done the other back generator yet, which is probably the better one for it. That one is a little bit overcooked for this. Well, there it is, all working. As you can see, that's all the electrics in there, all the electronics. I have actually done a diagram of how to connect this up on the Teep forum. So if you want to have a look at that, you'll have to join or go to the Teep forum. The link is up on the side of this video. Sorry for the rush through this, it's just that I want to get it done before I start, before I put it away and move on. Not got a lot of time to play with it at the moment. I have played with all the different variations of making back EMF run this. In other words, using the back EMF from the first one to run pot 3, then the back EMF from pot 3 to run pot 4, and back EMF from 4 to pot 2. Wouldn't work, obviously. I've even collected all the back EMF into another capacitor from all 4 cylinders, and then tried feeding that back in. Eventually, obviously, it comes to a halt. We've actually used the voltage out of the current and voltage out of the generator straight back in, plus the back EMF. Still, obviously, all comes to a halt as one would expect. So, although we've got a very quick motor, a very lot of torque, still no self-running. The other problem, of course, is taking a reading. I've actually got a tacho, and it's supposed to read 99,999 RPM, but as soon as I get to about 900 RPM and going on to 10,000, it just shuts error up, so I can't go over about 9,000 RPM, and I need to go higher. I reckon it's doing about 11,000 RPM, which is ludicrously quick. I may be wrong. Maybe the meter's just not working properly at all, I can't tell. But you've just seen it run up, and it is quite fast. So, there we go, one quick spin up before I'll pack it away again. I stopped it there. Well, thanks for viewing.